Hello, my friends. Happy New Year. It's Andrea here with the first weekly update for Bitcoin and crypto in general for markets. For the start of 2025, I want to cover January 1st, January 5th. I know it's a bit out of schedule because the year started in the mid of the week, but we will get back to our original days and schedule from the next week. So how do we start the week? I would like, and the year in the end, it's very important how we start it. First of all, I would like to point out the Martian energy, so the energy from Mars, which is this red color. It's a very fluctuating influence for the markets because it's retrograde, which will make it even more strong. And we do have also out of bounds behavior for Mars in the whole of January. Actually, it started on the 1st of January. So it's quite an aggressive influence in a way, but from another standpoint, we can really look forward to fluctuations and opportunities to make money quickly, short term. So stay tuned for that, especially in the first quarter of 2025. And now I would like to go like usual with a general overview for the markets for this week for everyone, and then dive into more details with the members on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and XAU, the gold and silver index. So let's go. So welcome to the global astrology for the year, and I want to talk about the week. So the week is under the influence of the long-term aspect Pluto sextile Rahu, which I mentioned already. So look at my video for the month of January before, if you didn't do that yet. And this is an aspect which is good about innovation. It's about Rahu, crypto, Pluto, big money. So regulation also, so it really shows a benevolent attitude of the people in power, Pluto, and ETFs, the institutional money towards innovation in general. And this will be active for the whole year, actually, and we can look forward to some interesting movements, especially in the first half of the year. That would be, so to speak, bringing everything forward. On the 1st of January, we do have an important event, Mars turning out of bounds, and it will stay out of bounds for the whole month of January, and even beyond. It will be a lasting influence until the 7th of April 2025. So we look forward to fluctuations and to big swings in price. It can be both ways. Yes, we need to be aware of that, but these are macro influences for the week and for the month as such, so it's important to be aware of them. The first day of the year, it's important because it will set up the tone, the astrology for it, and it is a lucky day because we have a Mercury sextile Lilith in the sky. Mercury is news, it's market, it's trading, and Lilith is this appetite of adventure. It's a bit hidden, a bit of courage that is overblown, could be to a certain degree, but it is a good news in the end because it shows this courage, to invest, interest, to explore new things in terms of investments, especially for the ones which are new to crypto, for example. So new people will enter the space, and this will be good overall for the development during the year. And on the day, it's not like everything green. We do have also some negative influences on Bitcoin. Just to be aware, they will be temporary at hourly level, but it's not like it's the whole green, so to speak. On the first, just expect a good start, I would say, with this aspect for the year and for the week itself, from January. And we do have also hope for the next days. So good signs for the beginning of the year. We have a Mars Rahu trine on the 2nd of January. Actually, we know that we will have closed markets on the 1st, but the astrology will manifest on January 2nd, most likely with a bigger transaction volume. So let's see how fast it moves. But with Mars out of bounds, I would say that we have chances that the price action will really move forward with speed. And this will be a positive influence. Again, Mars is the fuel of the price action, and Rahu, it would magnify everything. Again, it's also about risk taking, because it is a point. It's not really planet, but it's an influence that would really overblow courage and this ability and the propensity for risk. Friday, January 3rd, will be a bit volatile, I would say, because we do have the first negative aspect in the sky, which is quite strong. It's a Mars-Pluto opposition, which is really about some regulation that could really instill volatility, Pluto, or some big swings in the ETFs or institutional money in general, that would really shift the markets in a negative direction, at least temporarily. For Bitcoin specifically, I will go in detail with members, but just saying we do have positive influences for the Bitcoin horoscope, which means that it might not be so dramatic, so to speak. And the 4th of January is again up, basically in terms of global astrology. Either it will manifest already on Friday, diminishing any drops that we have. It's a sextile between the Sun and Saturn, and this is really a good approach, conservative approach, yes, but stable. So stable growth that would be in line with regulation and so on. So nothing that is really exaggerated. So we can have steady growth on the day, at least from a global astrology perspective. And Sunday is quiet in terms of global astrology. At day level, we do not have influences, but it is very important to take into account what is really the bigger picture. So remember the Rahu and Pluto sextile on the 6th of January, which actually influences the whole week and also the next week. More about it we'll talk in the next update. Thank you for your attention and for liking, subscribing. It helps the channel. And until next time, be joyful. Now I would like to go into details with members. My dear Patreon and Telegram members, welcome and Happy New Year. And I would like to thank you for being with me, choosing this also for the next month. And it is the beginning of a new year, so this matters a lot to me. Your support really helped me be more creative, inspired me as well. I want to thank you for all of you who voted and commented on the polls. I didn't receive too much input, to be honest, especially in terms of comments. So please, if you have some time, I would highly appreciate if you would really comment on the entry. I will propagate the entry again in case you missed it. I know it's, party and holidays and everything, but I would really be grateful for this input and read everything, process and change whatever I can as soon as I can, because this is important for me to have a solution that really helps you as much as possible in this tough journey with the markets. So now I would like to start with the weekly update for Bitcoin, then go into Ethereum, altcoins, and then I would really go in the XAU, the gold and silver index. So let's start. Again, I cover a shorter week from the 1st to the 5th, and then we will get to normal schedule starting next week. As you see, it is overall positive at a glance. So also for the new members, please have a look at the notations in the calendar. I will also attach the cheat sheet so that you can understand it quite fast. So it shows that we have a neutral day on the 1st with bright moon crescents and relatively good weather, as you can see. So astrologically, so the global astrology, is positive, and we do have increases during the day. It depends here how much we will have because the transaction volume might be low due to the fact that the markets are closed. On the 2nd, we do have good astrological influence globally, but we do have a negative influence at Bitcoin level. You see the low level red, low intensity red on the day for Bitcoin itself. Friday, it is again going up quite strongly because we do have at day level several green aspects, also high intensity greens, which means that at Bitcoin level we will experience price increases. So this is enabled positive astrology despite of the bad weather. And yes, during the day we might have volatility, some temporary dumps, but you see recovery in general is fast, and we see the bright moon crescents, which mean that we will have again price increases, recovery during Friday. Then Saturday looks positive also at global astrology level, and for Bitcoin itself you see the low intensity green on the 4th. That would really show a positive day. Again, if we don't see much on a Saturday because it is weekend, we might see on Friday and also on Monday. We have on the 5th a neutral day, which is gray at Bitcoin level, and we do have also volatility. So pump dump scenarios are possible maybe in the evening of Sundays, usually UTC time zone, when some markets start to open, Otherwise, we might see this on the 6th. But overall, we do have on the 6th a positive long-term aspect, which will diminish the drops that will happen according to the red influences that we see next week. More on that I will publish next week for sure. Thank you. So now I go into Ethereum. As usual, we compare Ethereum with Bitcoin, and here we do have more negative energy. As you can see, also at the day level, we have some reds and we have red moon crescents as well. And this is my interpretation that Ethereum would move in sync with Bitcoin, but it would be slower. And this is what we expect for this week. And be attentive at the 3rd, I would say it would be most volatility, as we can see. And because of Bitcoin, it could be that we don't have so big drops. So I don't say it will be a very negative day, but it looks quite volatile for Ethereum. And I would expect next week to be smoother and to have more action there. Just be aware of this. Now I would like to go into the blue chip altcoins. From the blue chip altcoins, I would say that Solana and XRP look more interesting because they do have bullish aspects in their horoscopes, and also points of increase during the day, so hourly aspects which are positive with the moon. Therefore, have a look at them. It is possible that we see some movement on Doge as well, but it won't be so stable because in general, astrologically at day level, we have neutral days, but during the days we do have hourly aspects which are positive. So Solana and XRP I would see more stable, but if Bitcoin would go up, I think we will have also other opportunities. XAU starts the year a bit more pessimistic or moderate. As you can see, we do have many red moon crescents on the first. Second is neutral, so both days are neutral at horoscope level for XAU, which means that in the first part of this short week, so to speak, it will start a bit slower. But then Friday is also positive, and we have also fifth with a high intensity green at day level, as you can see, and also volatility, the green fire at market level, which will register increases. And on the 6th, don't forget the Pluto sextile Rahu, which is a long-term aspect in the sky affecting all markets in general. So therefore, the drops that you see ahead, more updates in the next video, will be diminished by this protective influence. This is what I would expect, and recovery in general after drops should happen quite fast in the next week. So all in all, overall, I would say it is a good week, especially, the end of it, and some of the positive astrology can manifest also on Monday the next week. Thank you so much for your attention this time as well, and I would like to wish you a very good start of the year in January and also beyond. What I want to say, just because we are at the beginning of the year, with Mars out of bounds, expect really big swings in price, which can happen. I know that people were disappointed about, the Santa rally, and yeah, it was not the magnitude, not what we hoped for, but sometimes things are different, and this year is different with the fact that we have Jupiter, Uranus, and Mars retrograde, all of them at the beginning of the year in January. But we do have also between the 10th of January and the 20th of January, also Mercury going out of bounds together with Mars, which means that we have this trading activity very intense, and it's also about reaction to news. So be vigilant and also be prepared for volatility because of this Mars out of bounds. Anytime I will mention Mars, be very attentive about it because it's important. Mars will be out of bounds until 7th of April 2025. So it's a very long-term influence for Q1 and a bit into Q2. Therefore, and with the eclipses, as you know, in March, still the price can recover a lot. So even if you don't see now much movement, this doesn't mean that the next month can't really propagate the price forward. I think this is possible with these configurations, and also Uranus will turn direct, Jupiter will turn direct in February. So I think the first 2 months will be full of action. Just be calm, be aware of the fact that there are fluctuations. Cash in if you are for the short term. Usually the first peak will happen fast, and then the second one, even if higher, it will be a delay. This is the normal BTC pattern, and the altcoin season, I think we can expect more from February onwards, and I will come up with details and recommendations. Will continue in the gold and platinum tiers for altcoins based on astrology. Thank you again for your attention. I wish you a very successful week ahead and a successful trading and investing year. All the best to you with health and prosperity for 2025. Thank you.